Alexa, turn on the light.
Okay.
When are we gonna ever get a sponsor for Alexa?
I'll cut
From
this out.
Amazon.com. This Alexa shopping list savings program is a feature that allows you to claim certain benefits offered by manufacturers,
See? It tells you.
advertisers, distributors, or other sponsors, each a sponsor.
So that's the sponsor for Alexa. Hi guys and welcome to another video, and today we're doing some more stuff.
So last time we didn't finish the page in the site, but afterwards I finished it. So the processing part that's done. Once it's done, it's available. Also, we said we want to use the gingerxy.com domain. Basically, when you go to your page repository, you just go to the setting, and there's the pages. Inside the pages, there's a place called custom domain. So here you need to use your own domain to fill in here. But first of all, you need to own this domain, which means you need to buy it. The domain doesn't come free.
So how are we supposed to buy it?
So this one I've already purchased. What I use.
So the money just goes back into your account.
No, we need to pay someone. So for example, this name.com, this is a name provider. So they connect to the whole web and provide you the domain name. So if you want to buy domain names, you can go to websites like this. So how this works is like if you go to name.com, you can search any domain you want. Something you need to be unique, not occupied by anyone else. For example, you want to buy google.com. Right? So
wait, why is it?
So it says google.com is not available, right?
But
so it will suggest you something else, right? Some fishy kind of looking domains.
wait, let me check.
And
they all look like malwares.
Yeah, so all kinds of domain has its price. So anyway, once you find the domains that you like, you can add to cart and purchase it.
How expensive was our?
Like usually normal domains are just like $10-20 for 1 year. So every year you need to pay the money.
But won't the money just go back to?
No, that's the money you pay to this provider, and they host
Okay.
this. They help you hold this domain.
Okay.
Once you have your domain, usually there's a place to manage your DNS records. So when you go to manage your DNS records, you can add any whatever subdomains. So 3W is a subdomain. So there are different types of subdomain. Like usually the most useful is A. The A1 is like you type, for example, game, and then you need to point this game.gingerxy to an IP address. For GitHub, it requires a CNAME. CNAME is like an alias. So what we did was point the 3w.gingerxy to nealginger.github.io. So it's like a redirect alias kind of thing. So whenever people type 3w.gingerxy.com, it will go to nealginger.github.io. And on this page, once you configure your DNS, you can put your DNS here and click save. It will take some time to become available. If it's not, it will show some message like this. So I've done this before. So
well, currently the website does work. Even at Chinese school, I showed the class on the TV, but then someone just pressed something about John Cena, and I was like, stop it.
So after, usually it takes several minutes to even 24 hours for this kind of DNS to be effective.
No wonder last time it said dun, 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 dun.
Well, that's different. That's GitHub, like the deployment thing. Yeah. But afterwards, when you point your domain to it, that's why I did it beforehand. So we have this today. After a while, you can click check again, and it will go away. Okay. Once everything is checked, it will add a file into your repository. So you will see here in your repository there's a new file called cname. This basically to verify that you are doing this cname alias thing. Okay. Since you have this, you can verify this is you. We strongly suggest you click this enforce HTTPS. So HTTPS is something here in the URL. You will see this shared thing. Make sure it's secure. So your connection will be encrypted and everything traffic goes to there is more secure. So once everything is done, you go to.
Well, I know that Mathletics is pretty laggy.
The domain will stay as this way. It will be https 3w.ggxy.com. Okay. So I think I also want to show you how the domain DNS, this kind of things work. So assume this is us. The first time we visit a website, we use our computer, right? So in our computer, if we go, say we want to visit 3w.gingerxy.com, it will go to something called a DNS resolver. So for us, usually we use Google. So for example, the Google DNS resolver is 8.8.8.8. So some people use their internet provider. Some people use something like OpenDNS. Doesn't matter. So if they have the information, they will return this information to us. But if they don't, the first time, they will go to the something called a DNS root name server. So the DNS root name server gives back the name servers. Name servers is the place where we registered our domain, usually. So the register usually provide this service. That's why you pay them the money, right? So you pay them the money, they provide this service. So for this, in this case, you will give them the name.com, something name.com. So this DNS resolver will go to name.com, their server. So name server. And then ask it for, okay, I want this 3w.gingerxy.com. What's the IP address? So the name server, which we just created, is that IP address, the records in there, right? So name server will tell back, say, okay, this 3w whatever goes to github.io. So the DNS resolver will go again to find this github.io, the IP address. So the same loop again. Until it finds the IP address back, it will give us the IP address. And then we use that IP address to go to GitHub server. This is the GitHub server. And here it returns the page content to us. Okay.
Then how is it like so fast?
Yeah, so this happens very fast because usually this DNS resolver.
But then why does the fall, like if there's fall, why does it happen?
Fall happens here. So usually the DNS resolver, they have all those records cached locally. So all those things, once it's done once, it will cache it here. So that's why every time you change the name server, it takes so long to happen, because everyone around the world, they use different name resolvers. So if you use Google, I use OpenDNS, I use someone else use the Optus, Terrestrial, whatever.
No wonder why Mathletics is so slow.
So this will be cached. the cache time is based on your setting. So here, usually in the modern world, we set the cache pretty low. So this TTL is the cache setting. 300 seconds is like how many? 5 minutes. So usually,
like most.
yeah, usually it should take at most 5 minutes to refresh the thing. But when we tell people, we usually say, please wait for 24 hours because some DNS resolver might not follow this. So because they have the old one cached, they will always return the cached one to the user, the IP, which could be the old IP, right? So this is how...
That will be HTTP error.
So this will be very fast. And after even this layer, on this layer, our local, we might also have a cache to cache this kind of thing in your browser. So you will find once you change some domain, if you don't quit your browser and reopen, it doesn't refresh. So there are a lot of levels of cache to make things go faster. The follow happens here. If it hit the actual server that serves the code, and there's no such thing, that it will return follow. Otherwise, it will just give you 200 the page. Okay. So this is how you get the domain, and the whole loop you get to your server and show the page on your local.
Okay.
One last thing. So how they do the HTTPS? Usually the HTTPS, there's a secret certificate kind of thing. There's authority kind of organizations. They provide this kind of things to you. So you need to make a signature or something for your connection, for your link to work. But what GitHub they are doing now is using a new way that's called Let's Encrypt. So that's a dynamic kind of encryption. They will change the certificate every short period, like several months or something. Usually people in the old days, they get the certificate for 1 year for a longer time. But this new type of dynamic thing is better because it changes faster. So you haven't got time to crack the secret, the encryption password kind of thing. It's already changed. So also this is free. In the old way, when you want to buy those certificates from authorities, you need to pay them a lot of money. Like one certificate can easily cost you $100, $1,000 even 1 year. So this is free now.
Okay.
Handled by GitHub.
Oh, that's it.
That's all for today. I think we're at the point that we want to decide what we want to do next. By far, I think it's all I teach you what I think you should learn. But you might already have enough base kind of stuff to choose what you want to learn. For example, if you want to make 3D game, even you can have a try, but that's probably a little more things to learn.
I wanna I sort of mainly wanna focus on graphics.
What kind of graphics?
Like
Animation kind of. You want to make a movie? You want to make a Japanese animation?
I want to make more like the game graphics, like a 3D puzzle game. Like not 3D, like level that you have to try to get past.
No, you want to make graphic games,
like
right?
Anything about graphics.
Graphic games, but is it on the web? Is it like a app kind of graphic game? Is it on the computer?
App. Definitely not on the App Store because that would cost $99.
It's fine. $99 I can afford. It's not a big deal. You go to the cello lesson, piano lesson. One lesson costs $99, more than that. So $99 is not much. So yeah, you need to decide like what kind of.
Then I'll just make a puzzle game maybe.
Yeah, where will it be? Is it be like on the web page, like
maybe on the web?
On the web, is it people download to the computer to play, or do they?
Maybe HTML and JavaScript.
just like a web page game.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the game you want to make?
First, I think you'll start off with easier graphics, like
Mm-hmm.
I think a 2D one where like there's puzzle. I was thinking of
So you have a choice of you can do the click game you said you want to do. You can also do something like a story kind of telling kind of game.
a merging game.
Merging game, maybe. Merging game, yeah. And or you can
Do not leave the game. Another one is
you can be creative. You
do
can
not let the thing eat. Do not let it do something, like maybe try to not eat the candy.
I don't know what that is. So how about you write those down, write a list down, and then we can discuss them one by one, and
Okay.
then we pick one. And I will do some research to see what kind of things we need to use to learn. If I don't know, I will learn and teach you.
Okay.
We can learn together, right? And then we learn and make it. So if it's a web game, yes, maybe we can just put on the website we already have.
Anyways, just to say, one good tip on what you should never do on your computer is to not install Bunzy Body and stuff, because he's pretty creepy. And
What's Bunzy?
Bunzy Body, he's a spyware.
Spyware, yeah.
It was closed, but it's still on. You can still have it. So basically, it just says, one thing it says, it's like, hey, did you know that 6,000 lightning strikes happen every minute? That's what Bunzy Body.
What's the point?
So Bunzy Body tricked lots of people in the world to download it as an educational
Okay.
thing.
So it's actually a malware. It acts as an educational software.
Yeah, there's already a few million people have downloaded it, and so far,
And they get hacked.
no, there's not too much damage.
What does it do?
I think maybe it just stay there, goes on Vine, swings around, moves around. And then suddenly the Bunzy Body disappears, and it's just a bud, and it goes like, and it just keeps going, just chilled in there. So that's it. Bye guys.
See you next time. Bye.